Fancy a teak wood Nexus 7 2013? Well, it's cheaper and easier to find than you might think. Let's all agree on one thing. The new Nexus 7 isn't much to look at. Functional, yes, but appealing to the eye, not really. So a quick way to customise your Nexus 7 to give it a fresh and funky look is to apply one of these, a protective skin from Slickwraps.com. The wrap includes a front side and rear side skin, a small tab to remove air bubbles and a cleaning cloth. The Slickwraps are low-profile composite vinyls designed to protect and stylize. They provide protection against scratches and everyday wear and tear. Now, of course, before you start, it's always a good idea to clean your tablet. Once that job's complete, you need to apply the wrap, and this is where things get a little tricky. Applying the wrap comes straight out of those childhood days of arts and crafts, trying to line up perfectly a sticky transfer to something that's already in place. In the case of the back of a tablet, it's best to line it up with the Asus logo, but there is no easy way to do this the first time you try. There is an element of trial and error. Once you're happy you've lined everything up, it's a case of pressing down on all the surfaces to stick it to your tablet. This, however, is where I encountered my first real problem. Although it's called a wrap, the sides and edges of a tablet are where the wrap seems to fail the most. No matter how much pressing, rubbing and applying of pressure, I just couldn't get the wrap to stick in place. Now, I'm happy to admit that I may not have been applying the wrap properly, but since almost everyone else who buys one of these will be a first-time buyer, I can see them encountering similar frustrations. Here is my best effort, which isn't great, and the wrap brings the contours of the surface up to the same levels as the buttons, which makes them more difficult to press. I probably spent a good 10 to 15 minutes trying to get the wrap to stay wrapped. But every time I thought I got it right, I wasn't satisfied with the results. When it comes to tablets and the way they feel when you hold them, I am very sensitive to anything that disturbs the balance and poise of a tablet, and from this slick wrap I sense a great disturbance in the force. Applying the front wrap is even more difficult than the back because you have even less reference points to use. You've got the camera and sensor lens holes and that's about it. Film editing is a director's greatest tool, and I have to admit it took a lot of editing to make it look like the applying of a slick wrap to your tablet is easy. Unfortunately, it isn't. However, in saying all this, once the pain is over, there is some gain to be had from this experience. First of all, if you apply the slick wrap correctly, your Nexus 7 gains immediate eye candy. Whichever slick wrap design you go for, it looks fantastic. And of course, the androgynous Nexus 7 becomes your Nexus 7 with your personalised touch. There is something to be said for a device that sticks out from the crowd, and slick wraps certainly achieve that. And although slick wraps don't add drop protection, they do prevent scuffs, scratches and marks. But it's impossible not to return to the edges of a wrap, which simply don't seem to do their job. I don't believe that the whole wrap would ever peel off a tablet, but the edges do mark a weakness, unless there is a knack to getting them to stick in place, which I'm simply not aware of. If this problem is eliminated, then slick wraps look great, add no weight to the tablet and shouldn't interfere with use. They're designed to last up to 5 years as well. At the time of filming, slick wraps are a little pricey at around about $25, but there are over 20 different slick wraps available, from the teak style you see here to brushed gold and carbon fibre black. If you are interested in purchasing one of these, check out slickwraps.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon in another VGJ Felix video.